I'm live. No intro. And let me see. I'm going to turn on my lights here in the corner. I think I have everything up. Am I live? Let me know if I'm live. I think I'm live. But I have notes. Look, I actually had to write notes today. Look at this. I have little notes. I just gave you a preview of what I'm going to talk about. But I appreciate everybody being here. I made this happen. So I'll just kind of tell you about my day. It's been pretty crazy here at LTL. Thank you for everybody being here. See, I'm going to try with my terrible eyes. I got Carrie here. I got, I'm not going to be able to pull up any, tabs tonight. I'm strictly on mobile, but I took some notes. I have my tablet here, and I want to just talk to you guys about a few things. I got Carrie here. I got Lady Law. I got the moderators here. El Detective Day One is here. I'm not going to be able to pull up any of the chats, but I appreciate everybody being here. So I am on mobile right now. I want to kind of let you know what happened. If you are watching the weather, Glare is in the chat. He says, dudes, it sucks. You've got no power. I hope you can still charge your phone somehow. So I have a battery, and my mom came to the rescue today. She's like, I have this battery. So I got about 50% charge on it. It'll power up some Christmas lights and allow me to charge my phone, which is good. I got about 50%. It probably would need a full day to charge. So I'm going to charge this tomorrow and let it ride through. So I probably will do a live stream tomorrow like this because I have access to StreamYard, but StreamYard's a mess on a mobile browser. So I just rather go live through YouTube. So I think this is probably my third or fourth maybe doing it like this. But anyway, yeah, go mom. Absolutely. So let me talk a little bit about what happened today. If you haven't been watching, the weather here in Massachusetts has been ridiculous. We had a huge windstorm come through. I woke up this morning. I had to go into work for noon today, but it was really bad. I mean, the winds got up to, I think in one area, almost 90 miles per hour. Tons of power outages everywhere. And I get up, I go to the gym, I come home, and then I kind of start touching base with Carrie because her and I talk just about every day. I says, I think StreamYard has an app. Oh, I might have to look at that, Glare. I'll check that out tomorrow. So I start doing my morning rounds with Carrie. We start having our conversations, and I get, she's talking to me, and all of a sudden we get, actually late, all right, let me go back late last night. Very late last night, Carrie hits me up and she's like, Brent Kopaka footage is here. I'm like, oh. So I kind of woke up really quick. My phone vibrated. I woke up. I kind of looked at it and went, okay, we'll get that in the morning. So I go to the gym. I come home. Tons of rain, flooding everywhere, trees down, power outages. So I come home. I still have power. I'm able to work. So I'm like, all right. And usually before I go to work, I'll work. It's every free moment. I just make everybody clear. Every free moment that I have goes 100%, 1,000% in this channel. If I have any free time, I am working from home, making something happen on the channel, connecting with people, making a video, just anything, talking with my lead moderator, Carrie, throwing ideas around, information that's going around, rumors, whatever. I mean, we're working. So anyway, I'm actually just really happy I was able to do this, where I'm kind of fired up tonight and make this happen because I want to be here for all of you. I hate when I can't stream. I literally hate it. So anyway, I get up. I knew I had Brent Kopaka. So about 10 a.m., 10:15, Carrie starts downloading the footage and uploading it to our Google Drive. I start pulling the footage. I have 4 new body cam videos. Okay, so I have 4 new body cam videos and Brent Kopaka I need to go through. And I have a ton of documents that came over. I have the search warrant. I'm trying to think. We have the case file. It came over again. I have the call logs. I have an email that was sent to the judge to sign off on the search warrant. And I got to kind of briefly look through them and browse really quick. I don't remember a lot of the information in there, but we're going to be able to go through it. So I got the Brent Kopaka footage. I started to upload it and watermark it, and it's like 10, the wind's blowing. I'm like, all right, I have to leave for work by 11:45. My shift was 12, no, I'm sorry. My shift was 12:30 to 9:30ish. So I'm like, I have to leave. and I get a text message that the area that I work in, all of the power is out there. So I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm gonna work. So I'm not gonna waste a drive. So I text my boss and I'm like, hey, what's going on for today? He said the whole place is down. We have no power. We're here. He said, stay home and I'll update you. So I'm like, yes, haha, free day to work on the channel. I'm gonna get all this Brent Kopaka. I'm gonna go through this Kopaka footage. I'm gonna watermark it. I'm gonna get it up, and I'm literally start working, and right as I'm getting charged up, I'm transferring files. Boom! It was weird too because the wind stops. The wind stops. The torrential rain that we're getting stops, and then all of a sudden the sun starts to come out. I'm like, wow, this is great. I have power. I'm gonna tell you about the power in my area too, because this is a fun thing too. So I have power, free day home, great time to work on the channel, get things going, and then the sun starts coming out. I look out the window, I'm like, holy shit, I actually might get up and go for a walk before I'm gonna start working again. And then all of a sudden, bam, power goes out. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So let me tell you about the power grid that I live on. You can fart out there and my power will go out. Like air from a fart will make the power go out in my area. And this is a frustrating thing. I can literally look out my north side window right now. That's the next street over, the house that's literally right next to me. Full power. Guy across the street right here, full power. Girl behind me's out. I'm looking right now. The person literally right across the street from me, I'm peeking through my window, full power. It's just this little grid area right here. My mom lives one street over from me, full power. That's where I was today. I hung out there all day. I love you, Mom. Sometimes I gotta get away sometimes. But no, I had a good time over there today. We got to kind of hang out, talk family stuff, all that shit. But full power. So anyway, I'm like, this is a wasted day. There's nothing I can do. I can't power up my computer. I can't work from home. I can't get the Kopaka footage ready. So I start looking on the grid map, and I'm sorry, I'm not reading anybody's chats. I apologize. So I start looking at the grid map of like when my power is supposed to come up, and I'm waiting, and finally, I know, what are we at? 8:15, 8:30. I start getting an update on the grid map, and it says, yeah, your expected power return is on Thursday at noon. I'm like, that's not gonna work for me. I have a stream with Turtleboy on Wednesday night. So Wednesday night at 8:30, I'm supposed to be live with Turtleboy. I'm gonna have him come over. He's gonna talk about more in depth of the day of his arrest. I want to pull up his arraignment and have him kind of commentate over it as to how he was feeling. And I'm trying to find the clip. I had no access to my computer of when he actually came out of the courtroom and gave that small speech, and I wanted to talk to him about that. Thursday night, and I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but if he is, I'm supposed to have the Glarer on, and we're going to talk Karen Reed. And there's a couple other things I want to talk to him about because I've been watching a lot of his streams lately, and today he was talking about very toxic creators in this environment, how this doesn't sound right, how not good they are for this environment. Because what happens is, and I noticed this, these creators will, all right, let's just say the Idaho 4 case for an instant. These creators will take the Idaho 4 case, begin to talk about it, and then they will hunt down other channels and be very critical of what those particular channels are talking about. And then what happens is it becomes a battle of a couple of channels, and then it starts to make it about them. And we don't need that in this environment. And I'm glad the Glarer called this shit out, because I'm going to start calling this shit out lately. And there's a specific YouTuber that I've been battling with over the last couple of days because I caught them stealing, flat out stealing my material. I don't have the presentation, I can't bring it up. But I'm going to tell you this. There were some other claims by this YouTuber, this said YouTuber that said things about me. And I know you're watching because you always watch my streams. It's funny. If you spent a little bit more time on your material, your channel would probably be better. But this YouTuber made a claim, and I went out and I did my detective work and I verified their claim. And their claim was a lie. And I have it in writing. So, you say, don't fuck with me. Well, don't fuck with me because I have it in print from the person. And don't go bother them. Don't go bother this person. Leave this person alone. This person needs to heal. They've been through enough in a year. You don't need to be sticking your nose around, trying to talk about my channel, saying that I do dishonest things over here. I got the full story. I have it in writing. First of all, they don't even know who I am, and they don't even know who you are. So I caught you again. You lie. You lie all the time. So if you want to go there, I can show the screenshots. I can show the full conversation I had today. And I don't want to make this a drama channel, but if I have to go there and call you out again, I will. And you know who you are. So the claims that you made in that voicemail you left to me was 100%, 1000% a lie, because I checked you out again. And you continue to lie. You're not an honest creator. You are not an honest creator, and you mislead your audience. And I know what this is about. I know what it's about. You're worried because LTL is building. And I'm surrounding myself with honest creators, good people on this platform. And if you had any wherewithal about you and you knew the right things to do, you would reach out to people, quality guests, and have them on your panel. But you don't have the ability to do that. You don't have the ability to do that. And you need to stop and move on. You need to stop watching my streams. And you need to stop worrying about so much what I do over here on LTL. Concentrate on your own channel. Concentrate on your own channel. So, I digress. I move on. And I know I say I digress a lot. But, yeah, they need to move on. Okay, Turtleboy Wednesday night. Not sure if it's going to happen. I hope I get an update with National, or our power service is called National Grid, and I'm hoping I get some updates tomorrow. As I know right now, the area where my work is, there's like 1 million blown telephone lines down right now and power lines. I don't think I'm going to have work tomorrow. So thank you, Carrie. So proud of you. I see chats. Everybody said good for you. I checked them out. I checked this person out, and I did it in a very, very classy way. I did it in a very, very classy way. I did it in a very classy way. And don't bother this person. You leave them alone. They don't want to be dragged into anything. They're done talking about the particular situation. You need to move on and let this person heal. Let them heal. Galera says you can always... I have terrible eyes. I need glasses so bad. He says you can always spot these idiots by the things they focus on, like these people have to resort to making up things about my dog. Really? That should tell you everything you need to know. Exactly. I caught this. It was so satisfying because I said to them, it was funny. I said, you know, Carrie and I talk a lot. Carrie is my top moderator. Carrie is my assistant behind the scenes. I'm very grateful that she's come into my life. She's helped my channel a lot. And she supports me, supports this channel, supports the vision for this channel. We know what this channel is going to turn into because LTL, the subscribers that come here are very, very dedicated to what we do. And that's making sure that we do these cases in the correct way. We don't do things here with clickbaity titles and conspiracy. We keep the victims, the families, and their communities in our minds and in our hearts. And everything that I've ever done here has been by a legal document or a verified source. We don't talk about tunnels under the King Roadhouse, and I'm going to get into King Roadhouse tonight too. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but we don't get into that shit. And I know it pisses off a lot of people. It pisses off a lot of people. Oh, by the way, if you're in my chat and you haven't gone over to subscribe to the Glarer, go over and check out his channel. I love what he's doing over there, and I'm hoping we can make this live stream happen on Thursday, because I think we're going to have a great time. And if you have a second, just smash that like button. I see about 107 people in here. We are in the dark. If you're just coming in, no power tonight. I'm doing this totally by candlelight and a little bit of some ambient light from some Christmas lights over here. I'm going to check my battery. I got about 46%. I think we're in good shape. But let me go back to this. And that's really what I like about the Glarer, and that's what I've noticed, watching his content a lot more lately, is that he calls this bullshit out. And he doesn't make bullshit up. He doesn't deal with conspiracy. He calls it out. And I think we need to do a lot more of that. And we keep, like I said, we keep the families, the community, and the victims in our hearts and minds when we talk about these cases. We try to keep it as to the utmost, using sensitivity in this. A lot of people get angry about that. A lot of people get angry about that because they want to base their channels off conspiracy. They want to base their channels off baseless lies, things that are not verified. And that's why I do the public records requests. That's why we've been doing them lately, especially in Brent Kopaka's case. I have on deck week 2 of the video dump. I have it. And I have the case files. We're going to put everything out there and clear Brent's name. Now, again, I've talked about there's some things in the documents that people are not going to like. But I'm putting the case out there, and you can make your own decision on the actions of Brent. I have a lot of problems so far with what I've seen that happened in his case. I have some questions. And I'm not going to be able to make my final decision until I see everything. But unfortunately, this is going to take a while to get this full case, especially the body cam footage. It's probably going to take until March. That's what Pullman told us when Carrie and I were inquiring. Pullman said probably until March. But we got the video early for week 2. Started watermarking some of it today, and unfortunately, like I said, my computer went down as the power went out. Yeah, go subscribe to the Glarer. He pulls a lot of people in his lives. It's very, very good. Kimberly, welcome in. Mary's here. Channel mod. Joanne's here. Good evening. Love Mary. Mary sends me a lot of updates. Tsunami. Tsunami and I talk almost on a daily basis offline. Love him. So back to, I'm just looking at my notes. Glarer, Turtleboy, Kopaka. We're getting there. It's going to take a little while. Angela says, my favorite Judge Judy comment is to kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Absolutely. How about just work on your own material? Stop worrying about what other people are doing. New here, the Glarer is how I found this channel. The Glarer. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Or I can't see your avatar. I apologize if you are a woman. So, Glarer said, I move on to the next spanking. Yes. Glarer, I'm going to tell you about this situation offline, and you are going to be like, what the fuck? I caught this person in so many lies, and I will talk to you about that offline, and your head's going to spin. All right, let's talk a little bit of Idaho 4. King Road House set to be demolished on December 28th. How do you all feel about that? I am pissed. And I want to read this article that I got, and then we're going to talk about the dismissal the dismissal for motion to dismiss the indictment today. Some new files came out. Mary, thank you for giving me the heads up. I appreciate it. She sent them over to me. I was able to pull them up on my tab over here. And by the way, Amazon Fire HDs, I'm never buying one of these tablets again. They're garbage. I'm just going to save the money, get an Apple tab. It's funny, I'm a PC guy, but I like all my phone products and tablets to be Apple. They're just such more easy to use. Amazon Fire, you're failing. But if you want to sponsor me, that's fine. We can work something out. I think Amazon tablets are the greatest thing in the world. Anyway, so we got from Fox News. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this here, but an article came out today, and I'm going to read it because I can't pull it up on the stream. I kind of feel a little JLR-ish here. I can't pull it up on the stream, but it says, Brian Kohberger's trial. Mother of Idaho murder victim keeps to fight King Road house intact. And I talked about my previous 2 streams, and I'm going to talk more about this. I'm going to talk about this. I'm very angry. I'm very upset. The Gonsalves family has put a statement out through their lawyer that they are upset. I'm going to tell you why I'm really pissed about this. Why is school rushing to tear this house down? Why? In my mind, I'm going to tell you why. Obviously, it puts a very negative stain on that community there. But it was funny. I think it was either Banfield or Enton made a good point the other day when they were talking about this. Brian said, it's not like they got to walk by the house every day to get to the school. And that is true. It's a horrible thing that happened there. But we don't even have a trial date yet. And the school wants to tear this down because they have the control of it. And they say they want to put up this healing garden. And I'm all about that. I think something needs to go there in honor of the victims and what happened there. But we don't even have a trial date yet. And I make the claim that what if the jury wants to go there? What if the jury wants to walk through? Yes, we've talked about the acoustics. We've talked about the acoustics in the house. Yes, it ultimately has changed. It has changed from what it originally was, or what, where it was at that point. Obviously, walls have probably been cut into, floors have been cut into, okay? The furniture has all been moved out. I get it, okay? But I talked about this the other night on my second live about this. When you stand in an environment like I am right now in my room, okay? My body is accustomed to this space. I can feel the vibration in this space. And I might all think I'm weird, okay? But I think you might understand where I'm getting at. When you are in a room, like I can close my eyes and walk through my house and know where everything is, where I'm going to bump into something, and I know where a light switch is, what have it, okay? I know the feeling of that room when I'm in it because our bodies resonate, they vibrate, our voice projects, it comes back to us, it gauges how far something is away through a sound wave, in our vibration in our body, okay? So what if the jury wants to go to that space? If you tear that house down, you can't replicate it and say, okay, let's go back to the scene of the crime, and you're going to walk into a replicated space somewhere, maybe in a warehouse of a replicated bedroom, and get that same feeling? That's impossible. What if they want to get the feeling of walking up that backside of the house, going through the slider where they think that the potential suspect Kohberger, actually the man being accused right now, Kohberger, walking through that slider and standing in front of Dylan Mortenson's room, going up those stairs to the bedrooms, coming back down, going to Xana's bedroom, going downstairs, and listening upstairs as people walk around and getting a feel for where Bethany Funk was. Lady Law, thank you so much for the $1.99. I appreciate that. I have a real problem with that. I think it robs the jury of that. I think it robs the trial of that. I still think the King Road house is one of the major, if not the major central focus point of this case. Can you pull up tabs now? You can't. It just shows it up. I still think it is, and I think it's going to be a tragedy. You know, on the 28th, the morning of the 28th, when they're riding in there with excavating equipment ready to tear this house down. I think it's bullshit. So I want to go back to this article and talk a little bit about it with my terrible eyes. I need to get glasses soon, I promise. As the University of Idaho prepares to knock down the rental home where the 4 students were murdered last year, one of the victims' mothers is fighting to keep it standing until the suspect goes to trial. Experts have told Fox News Digital that the university's bid to demolish the building is a decision that prioritizes the school's aim to move on above the potential impact a first-hand look at the crime scene and could have on the jurors in a case against Brian Kohberger. The reason that this wants to happen, in my mind, in my opinion, this school wants to tear this house down, get that healing garden there, get that memorial there, and guess what's going to happen when that happens? It's going to bring in, unfortunately, what we call these days is tourists. When someone comes into an area and something that they want to see, what do they need to do? They need to eat. They need to sleep, stay at the hotels. Oh, while you're here, why don't you bring your child through and you can tour the university? Maybe you'll come out to the University of Idaho. I got a real problem with this. They're supposed to be building a healing garden, Janet. So Xana's mom was the one that was talking about this. Goes on to say, Kara Northington, whose 20-year-old daughter, Xana Kernodle, was stabbed to death along 3 friends in the early morning hours of November 13, 2022, shared a Change.org petition Sunday. Well, guess who started the Change.org petition? And I got to give him a shout out. T-Rev. Great job. It's nice to get that out there. And I signed it today. You can go to my Twitter account. I reposted it. Go on there and sign it. Only need a handful of other signees on that. Quote from Kara, my daughter was murdered in that house, and there is no way they should be destroying any evidence, she wrote in the comments. The demolition is set to begin on December 28th, less than a year after Kohberger's arrest. Go there and protest this. If you live in the area, be peaceful, be very, very peaceful. Don't get yourself in any type of trouble. Don't get in the way of anybody, but it's okay to have a peaceful protest there. Or if you want to arrange something, online, I'm going to be live streaming that day. I'll be protesting. I can't be in Idaho, but I'll be protesting here if this happens. Now, I'm not sure if the Gonzalez family has something up their sleeve and it's through the court right now, through their attorney. I'm not sure what they can do. And I'm not sure if anybody can put something in and block this. But it's okay to peaceful protest, to let your voice be heard if you live in that area and you don't want this house to be torn down. I would hope that some of the families would be out there. Absolutely. I don't want anybody to get in trouble, but you can go out and voice your opinion. You have every right to do that. You have every single right to do that. Rogue, retweeting the petition. I appreciate that. I just saw that pop up. But you have every right to do that. Simba says, I kind of like the podcast by candlelight. Maybe we'll do these a little bit more often. Glara says, I'm afraid the people there just want to move on for the most part. I can't blame them, but it is the most important. These families get every opportunity for justice. 1,000%. But do you agree with me, man? Do you agree that there's no way that you can replicate that environment? What if you need to go back? What if the jury wants to walk through there and this is gone now? You won't get that feeling. Did my battery just die? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That drained that battery that quick. No way. Oh, okay. I'm back up. Need that light. So it goes on to say, tearing down the house before jurors have a chance to walk through it could potentially hinder a fair path to justice, according to the petition organizer. And they don't even give T-Rev credit. It's kind of shitty. It's critical that all evidence remains intact until after his trial concluded, he wrote. Police arrested Kohberger, obviously, on December 30th. We know about that. And we're going to get a little bit of the history here. We got the history. Let me see. I don't see. All right. It goes on to say the landlord donated the property. Donated. The landlord donated the property. So Glara says, I do agree. Okay. Yeah, I got you, bro. The landlord donated the property. Oh, let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Oh, shit. It says the landlord donated the property to the University of Idaho earlier this year, and the school announced plans to raise it and build a memorial garden, which, according to the Chapin's family, is being designed by UI architecture students, so University of Idaho students. And I have to say this. No power in Plymouth, Mass. Yeah, it sucks today. I have to say this. The families of these 4 victims have every God-given right to have the final say in what design goes there. And they should be involved, and they should be the Claire, and they should be the ones that have the final say. Claire says, I see what you did there. Yes. Let's just eat the meat. Oh, God. So it goes on to say a quote. It says, I don't see why the house needs to be demolished before the trial, said Joseph Giaclone, a retired, I probably got the name wrong and I apologize, a retired NYPD sergeant and adjacent professor at the John Jay College of Criminal Institution. I mean, you have a professor saying this. I understand the school wants to move on, but walking the jury through the crime scene when you have, it is important to give them perspective that photos just can't do. That's what I talked about. When you're in an environment, when you're in a physical space, and you can feel how that reverberates and how that feels when you're in that environment is completely different than any photo will ever give you, any photo or video. Caroline says, I'm enhancing and I'm shocked. I have power. Well, send some power this way, Caroline. I need it. Right now we're by candlelight. Hudson, Mass here. I have power. Well, bless you. I wish I did. FBI and defense investigators have returned to the house multiple times to take pictures and map the layout, and experts say pictures and videos may not have the same effect on jurors. Being able to visit the crime scene is a certain case it's extremely important. Edwina Elcox, a Boise-based attorney whose clients have included Idaho's cult mom killer Lori Vallow. Video and pictures can help, but may not accurately depict the scene in the way as an in-person visit can do. The house should be preserved until the trial concludes or Kohberger pleads guilty. Experts are saying it. Kohberger's trial had initially been scheduled for October. He waived the right to speedy proceedings, and he focused on challenging the indictment and DNA instead. Gonsalves family, in their Facebook post, laminated decision to tear down the building, and said December 28th would be a very sad day. Absolutely. And Glara says it just boils down to the fact that you can't replicate proof. That's what makes it proof. Laugh out loud. A replication of proof is exactly that, a replication. Exactly, man. I'm telling you, we're going to have a lot to talk about on Thursday if I have power. I'm looking forward to that stream. I want to pick your brain on some things. Okay, let's look at some legal documents that came out today. Order denying motion to dismiss indictment. It is final. It is done. Judge is like, piss off. Not going to happen. And I'm not going to be able to pull this up and read through the entire thing, but it says here, I don't know if you can see, order to dismiss is final. I think we're going to get a trial date soon. And Mary actually wrote me today, and we were, she said in there, I think we're going to get a trial date. It looked like the IGG was just kind of holding everything up. And I'm feeling soon that we may get a trial in 2024. How do you all feel about it? What do you think? Have you read through this document? Have you seen it? Order denying motion to dismiss indictment for inaccurate instructions to grand jury. It's done. This is going to trial. There is enough evidence there. I'm telling you. There's already been like 10 to 12 motions to compel. This tells me that they have been, the prosecution is so confident in their case. So confident in their case. I'm telling you, they want to get it on. And I think they got the goods on this guy. And I think there's going to be multiple video. There's been some other new, some old videos that's been thrown around right now that I'm going to be getting into, and some shocking new revelations that people are seeing in those old videos. So I'll be doing a stream on that soon. And Carrie, thank you for sourcing me those videos, because I'll talk and I'll go, wasn't there a video about that? Or did someone talk about that? Or we saw an article about that. And she's very good at researching and pulling all that stuff up for me. So I'm going to be doing another Idaho stream here, probably before the 28th. I will be home on the 28th protesting the destruction of King Road House. I'm sure, I'm going to already tell you, I bet you JLR is going to be out there live, and I will play his stream, and I'll just want to let everybody know I have personal permission to play his stream, so I will pull it up. And if not, if there's some other people that are out there live streaming, of course, we'll find a way to make that happen. So I think old Koberger is going to be in a lot of heat here pretty soon at trial. I know that everybody's kind of chomping at the bit to hear that opening statement. Obviously, we want to know the connection, what brought him to that house, who was maybe the potential person that he was stalking in that house. I know that there's been a lot of back and forth. Some say Kaylee, some say Maddie. Maybe it was all four of them. We don't know. I think we have a pretty good idea with a lot of the little Easter eggs or little nuggets that the Gonzalez family has been putting out there lately. You know, they said that they still didn't have Kaylee's phone. And it was funny, just after they recently did that interview with Brian Enton in November on the 1-year anniversary, a couple of weeks later, the authorities start releasing Kaylee's phone back to the Gonzalez family. They get new photos. They start getting videos that they haven't seen. And I found that a little funny. The timing was just a little weird. You know, they talked about Steve coming out the other night on Banfield saying, I have seen video. I know the path traveled that night, where he sat and he waited. I want to know what he was looking at in that position of the house. But he did claim that he didn't see anything to the 12 times that Koberger was in and around that area of King Road House. He did say that, but he knows pretty much everything about that night. And I'm just wondering, is that just the Linda Lane footage that he's talking about? Or did Steve see something else that we haven't seen yet? So it makes you wonder, it makes you think. So essentially, this document's so long to read, and I don't have glasses, so I'm not going to be able to read through this. If we could pull it up on the main screen, I'll go through it. I promise I'll go through this again, but it's going to go into, again, let's see. We go back to, oh boy. Black's Law Dictionary. The definition have significantly changed for over 100 years. We're going back to 1772. Case law, 100 years old. Remember that when they were pulling all that crap up, the defense talks about Fifth Amendment. I'm just kind of scrolling through it. Koberger's brief seemed to acknowledge he is reaching for a higher than a probable cause standard, even though the whole of the modern jurissphere on this issue is against it, as well as at least one founding father, oh gosh, ready? William H. Claggett, selected as president of the Idaho Constitutional Convention in what year? It's in the 1800s. Put it there in the chat. What year are we talking about? I'll wait to see. We'll quote this year. What year do you think it is? I'm going to say it's in the 1880s. Close. Mary, you're close. 1887. Nope. Go ahead. Put it in there. 1898. Nope. It's in the 1880s. So it's 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 6, and so on. 1889. Yes. Who was the first? Mary. 1889. Who stated, all the grand jury is entitled to do is to say that it is probable cause to believe the man is guilty. Yeah, they love pulling up all that 1880s case law. Before Billy the Kid. Yes. I'm just trying to see. They quote some other cases in here. State versus Edmondson. And I'm sorry, I can't pull my screen up today. No power. Talking about supporting and finding probable cause. The current rule for the grand jury is to, quote, find an indictment in Rule 6.5 Idaho Criminal Rules. If the grand jury finds, after evidence has been presented to it, that an offense has been committed and that there is probable cause to believe that the accused committed it, the jury ought to find an indictment. Probable cause exists when the grand jury has before it evidence that it would lead to a reasonable person to believe an offense has been committed and that the accused party has probably committed the offense. So a lot of arguments here. Let me see if there's any final. So judge concludes the arguments from the defense for the beyond reasonable doubt standard for the grand jury were historically interesting and creative. I love this. I love it. But do not overturn Idaho court's interpretation of the statute in case law and the criminal rules, specifically Rule 6 through 6.8 IRC, that the standard for grand jury to indict is probable cause. Therefore, the court denies Koberger's motion to dismiss the indictment based on his claim of inaccurate instructions to the grand jury in order to warrant an indictment. So ordered this 15th day of December, 2023, signed by John C. Judge, District Judge. There it is. Denied. Denied. So there is going to be, I believe, a trial this year. I think Judge has seen enough. He's tired of the defense's tactics. It's been very long and exhausting to delay this case. And I always say this. You've heard me say this 1,000 times over. If I am someone that was just on a long drive that night, plucked out of obscurity in society, and handcuffed, put into a cell for the last year, and I am an innocent man, have not committed this quadruple homicide, have not, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs every single day. I would say, send Brian in here. I want to talk to him. This is wrong. That's just who I am. I'd be screaming. Listen, someone needs to hear me. Hear me out here. I didn't do this. Or I'd have one hell of a great alibi. The alibi was, I just like to take, long drives at night. Just driving around. Long drives at night. Driving around. Hanging out. Getting some fresh air. I'd have a hell of an, hey, listen, I was with Mary Sue. We were here. Here's my receipt. You can check that camera right there. She has me on FaceTime. Here's a text message I sent her. Here's some photographs we took together. We haven't seen any of that. I think they got the goods on this guy. I think this case file is huge. And this case is going to be one of the most prolific cases ever in history. And it will be talked about forever and ever and ever. Just, hearing what the technology, we recently heard when the FBI went back in to rescan and check for more evidence. The scanning technology, and I can't think of the camera off the top of my head right now, but that 360-degree camera, and someone probably remind me in the chat. But they went back in and they rephotographed and they took evidence. And that technology has been evolving through this case. Farah, thank you. They said that they've been literally writing programs to improve the Farah technology through this. This is going to break through a lot. And I think a lot of with the IgG stuff is going to break through in this too. Because, we didn't really start hearing about DNA in cases until O.J. Simpson. And when it was presented in O.J. Simpson, a lot of people, the jury didn't understand it. There wasn't much research at that point. It was, we couldn't break it down, I guess what you'd say in like layman's terms. It was very technical and they didn't understand it. And that's what the prosecution, Marsha Clark and Chris, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'm getting old. Chris Darden, right? That's what they tried bringing forward, talking about the blood, the DNA evidence. And Mary's like, what? What are you talking about? But I think you're going to see some of those tactics, and I've talked about this before. I think you're going to see some of those OJ defense tactics here. I bet you that Ann Taylor brings up a lot about how evidence was collected. How was it stored? Where was it put? They're going to challenge a lot of that, especially in this DNA. And that's essentially what the Dream Team did back in OJ's case. They attacked the evidence. They attacked the police department. You're going to see a lot of that. I don't think Ann Taylor's as smart as the Dream Team, but I'm telling you, I bet you she's gone back and watched a lot of that trial footage. And she's going to use a lot of those tactics in this case. I truly believe that. And I've been saying that for a while. So, I hope that we get a trial date here in 2024. I kind of feel like we're going to now. I think Judge is on his last rope here with the defense. He's going to start pushing them forward to get this trial together. Yes, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Tsunami says, it's always disappointing driving around late at night, picking up a hooker for a half-price deal, and then getting busted by the police. Let's see. The band VIA says, Google Scott Green, president of the University of Idaho. I will check it out. And then Lady Law says, I believe the school, as soon as they were gifted this land, that's it. They saw money. Absolutely. I completely agree. I think this is a cash grab, a money grab, because I talked about it. What happens if you build something? Something where someone's going to come and visit. These visitors. People got to come into the town. People got to eat. People have to stay at motels. hey, while you're here, you might as well tour the University of Idaho. Maybe your son or daughter would like to come here. So I saw that, you know, and I think that's what this is. It's a rush to get this turned over. Their new, you know, their semester, their spring semester is coming up in probably March. I don't know what their school schedule is. But hey, just in time to open the memorial, which I listen, I have no problem with the memorial being there. I think it should be there. 100,000%. But let's wait to get through this trial before we start making decisions. Let's not tear this house down. Let's see. Mary says, have to think on zoning it. It's in a residential area, and every year people go there with or without that house. Absolutely. Janet says they are putting a memorial on campus, but at the location. Caroline says, I agree 100%. It's all about money, Lady Law says. We are all over the defense's shenanigans. Yes, Carrie, you're right. I'm done. I'm sick and I'm tired of it. It needs to stop. We need to move forward. We need to get this on. We want to see a trial in 2024. I know the Gonsalves family wants to see a trial in 2024. The Kernodals, the Chapins, the Mogans. We need to move on. We need to get through this. We need justice for those victims. 1,000%. 1,000%. We're tired of it. We're tired of the stall tactics. And again, I think, I know, I have a good feeling in my heart they have the goods on this guy. It's over, like we say in Massachusetts. It's over. O-V-A, over. Game over. Yes, how about justice in 2024? You know, listen, I want to thank everybody recently coming over to LTL True Crime Podcast. The channel's blowing up. We've just gained, I think, almost 200 subscribers in the last couple of days. I appreciate all the support from all the Bostonians that come in here. We talk about the Karen Reed case on here. All the other people that come here for, you know, all our different cases we talk about, but now they're starting to cross-pollinate and they're starting to understand what we're doing here. And I appreciate 1,000% that support. And I just want to make sure that you guys all understand, you know, this is not a hobby for me. This is my passion, absolute passion. I love doing this. I love being here for all of you. I love talking about these cases. I want this to be my life. And my dream is in 2024 to become a full-time YouTuber. By this time next year, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I don't want to go back to a corporate job anymore. And what my hope is, when I get into my 6-month mark, maybe in June, I peel back and I go part-time at work, and then ultimately in the end of 2024, I am free of my corporate job. That is my dream. It is my absolute dream to be a full-time creator. And I want to make this happen. I want to make this happen, but I can't do that without all of you coming here, watching these lives, supporting the videos, supporting when I drop videos to go over and watch them, get those videos moving out of the algorithm. And I understand everybody has their life. You know, everybody can't just drop at the, you know, drop their things at a drop of a hat and watch a video, but if you have time, go back and watch. I want to also make something very clear to everybody. We got about over 100 people in here tonight. I stream almost every single night. Almost every single night. I might miss a night or two out of the week, but I notice a lot of people say, I don't get your notifications. Don't wait. YouTube is not going to send you my notifications. Even if you have all the bells and whistles, clicked. Just come here, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and check my channel every night. I'm probably streaming. If I'm not streaming, I'm working. Because sometimes I do have to work nights. Lately, I've been working a lot and of nights, and it's been kind of annoying. But you know, we're going to work on that for 2024. So just come here. Just check in. Hey, is LTL on? You don't have to wait for the notifications. Just come hang out and check it out, and I will be here. Another way that you can get notified is, and I haven't seen my link come through and I don't have the ability to drop it, is if you want to support me, you can support me on Buy Me a Coffee. And if you do a donation there, I actually can email you the times that I go live, because sometimes I may go live during the day just for a really random pop-up stream. But I'm telling you, most is going to be 99.9% of the time I will be here 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is my time. Okay. Yeah, Caroline says notifications definitely suck ass or sucks. But if you make a donation on Buy Me a Coffee, I have the power to get you on my email list and email you out contacts to let you know, hey, I'm streaming tonight. Also, and Carrie just dropped the link. Thank you, Carrie. Also, once I start building that, I'm going to be able to start putting some other content on there that will be behind probably a paywall for the members, because they pay monthly memberships. And you can also become a monthly member here or super chat in the chat, whatever you need to do to support. So listen, I love all of you. I love all my subscribers. I love all the people that are here for the lives, because we really connect through these live streams. I enjoy looking at all the comments on my videos. If you like me, if you don't like me, it's still fun to look through them and kind of talk with some of them, or just say thank you, or maybe react to something that I don't agree with. We have a little bit of a discord in there, a little bit of a conversation. So just trying to think. I think I touched on all my bases, what I wanted to get through tonight. So hopefully I start getting some restored power here in the next day or two. I still have a lot of research to do for Turtleboy, and then obviously the Glare will be here on Thursday night. I super appreciate that. I'm looking forward to both of those streams. I have Brent Kopaka file dump 2, the body cam footage that I'm going to be working on as soon as my power comes back up. I've watermarked 2 of the videos already, but I need to do 2 more and then watermark all the documents. I think what I'm going to do as far as the body cam footage, play those on lives and play them through with you. And then I might have maybe one single stream where I just do the documents and we go through them. I'm not going to read through all of it, but we can touch base on it, because one of the main files is 75 pages, and I ain't got the breath to read 75 pages, but we can get a gist of what happened, on that day. I have a lot of questions. Of how things were handled. And I want to see everything. I want to see everything in front of me before I make a determination about it. So, I want to make sure that everybody understands my position on Brent Kopaka. Brent Kopaka was not involved in the Idaho 4 murders. I want to put that out there 100%. And this is why I inquired about this case file, because I'm getting tired of a Purple Heart recipient having his name dragged through the mud in this conspiracy that he was involved, okay? I come from a family of 8 great uncles that fought in World War II, okay? Fought in World War II. My family has the most enlisted servicemen, holds the world record of the most enlisted servicemen that went into military service at the same time and came back alive from war. And when my great uncles came back, they became firefighters in their respective city. So I have 2 Purple Heart recipients, bronze medal recipients, and I'm tired of this shit. And that's why I want to put this out there, put this file out there to shut down all these conspiracies, and listen, I know what they're going to do. They're going to take the footage. They're going to use my footage on their channels to get clicks and views, and they will spin it. I know that's going to happen. But it would be nice if I just got a courtesy email. Hey, LTL, do you mind? I'm a pretty fair guy. And already people are using my stuff. I get it. You're crediting me on your stream, but why don't you have a conversation with me? Because you know why? Some of those creators, I will just shut down and probably say no. Because I know what they're going to do with that footage. And it's not right. Brent needs to rest. Now, in that file, we read through some of it. And I'll be honest with you, there's some extremely strong language in that file that Brent said while this event was happening that I don't agree with. It's downright disgusting, A lot of the things that were said that came out of his mouth. And I've made my personal determination on that, my personal decision on that. But I'm just here to bring the case file forward for all of you. And then you can make your decision about Brent when you've seen everything. I don't condone the language that came out of his mouth that day. I want to make sure that very clear. And it's very hard reading through that language. And I probably won't read a lot of it because I don't agree with it. And I sure as hell would never say any of those words that came out of his mouth that day. That's not in my vocabulary. So, again, give me a little bit more time. Again, I'm locked down by no power. I wish I could literally stand up right now. Let's try turning this light on. Come on, baby. Nothing. Rogue says, I don't condone what I've heard out of the officers' mouths about him either. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we'll get into it, and we will find the truth, and then we can make our determination. I have some very strong feelings about this already. But I need to see everything. I need to hear everything, and I need to see everything. As of right now, and I'm not sure, but I could feel a civil suit coming soon. That's just my opinion. Someone saying it's frozen. I'm not frozen. I see the chat going. Stay calm. I'm perfectly calm. Podcast by candlelight, yes. And we got Christmas lights too. See? I can't illuminate the sign though. I can't have everything going at the same time. Brian is back in the Stone Ages. Whip out the Ouija board. No, I'm not going near that thing. Ouija boards kind of freak me out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some bad encounters with Ouija boards. Let's see. That's dedication. Yeah, man, I'm going to make everything happen here as much as I can. We need to stream. We need to talk. We have things to talk about. I had a little buffering a few minutes ago. Okay. Generator time. I wish I could get a generator. My neighbor has one going right now. I'm jealous, but it's all good. I'll find something to do. Let's see. Ouija boards on acid pocket. Oh, by the way, some people are saying they can't get me to play on their phone. Did I get shut down? Is YouTube censoring me? Oh, by the way, I saw a Buy Me Coffee come through. Thank you for the donation on Buy Me a Coffee. I just can't see the name. So thank you so much for that dono on Buy Me a Coffee. The battery is on my phone would have died by now. Yours is doing well. I got like 50% right now, and then I got my little battery here that I'm gonna switch over power and charge up my phone. My phone is working. Everybody says they're fine. MJ says, I agree about that, Brian. That's freaky. Yeah, they're freaky. I had some really weird shit with Ouija boards, and I don't go near that stuff. That freaks me out. But next Thursday, so 3.5 days to get your power back. That sucks. Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. I'm just really nervous about Wednesday. But listen, if I have to cancel Turtleboy, we have to cancel. We'll make it up at some point. I know he's really busy. I appreciate that he's giving me the time. I'm really looking forward to Thursday night stream as well with the Glarer. I think that's going to be a great time. I think him and I have a lot to talk about. No, I have you on my phone. Okay, perfect. We'll hang out here a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to head out. Yeah, let's see some turtles in the chat. You're good on the TV, but my phone is black and says no power. Interesting. Well, it says I'm still live. Turtles in the chat. I love it. Takes a long time to get rid of the attachments from the Ouija board. I had some really weird stuff with a Ouija board. And I ultimately ended up going to see a priest. Yes, the turtles. I love it. I am in the great state of Massachusetts. And just a couple of days ago, 250 years ago, Some wise old men, about 130 of them, ran up on a few ships in the Boston Harbor and threw over 342 chests of tea into the Boston Harbor to protest tyranny from the British government to break free. And that event spawned the battle at Lexington and Concord, and then ultimately the American Revolution. Such a great, proud moment for Bostonians in Massachusetts. So glad that happened in my state. We should always have the right to be free and be free of government, to do what we want and say what we want. Yes, Taxachusetts. What was that? No taxation without representation. Can we throw Joe Biden in the bay? Hey, did you all see what happened? Joe coming out of the campaign, his little campaign headquarters in Delaware, right? Some guy was drunk and hit the Secret Service, rammed into him, and they drew guns on him and everything. That was crazy. Did you all see that? And that guy ultimately got arrested by Secret Service. He almost got blasted. They got footage of it out there. You got to check it out. In Wilmington, I can't see. Wilmington, thank you. I can't see. The text is too small. Yeah, it was crazy. He was like, what the hell's going on? And Joe went, he got spooked. There's a picture of him. He's like, and they're trying to rush him to get him into the Beast or that motorcade. And he's so slow getting in. I'm like, come on, man. Like, just get this guy in there and get him out of there. It was crazy. Yeah, it was all over the news. He was like, I had the picture. He was all like, oh. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, he was from Dorchester. Let's see. I heard about it, but didn't see it. Yeah, you got to check it out. You got to check it out. It's funny. I mean, it's not, it's just his reaction was like, oh. It was like, oh, they have a picture of him. Hey, listen, we're at 99 likes. Give me one more like if someone hasn't smashed the like button. Just one more like. Let's just get this to 100. That's going to get this stream out. I'm going to hang out a couple more minutes here and then head out. Yes, we got 100 likes. Thank you so much for the 100 likes. And thank you for the donations during the stream. It helps the channel. I appreciate it. And again, we got a lot of content here. Did you all see my enhanced video of Karen Reed backing up out of John O'Keefe's house going back to 34 Fairview? If you haven't seen that, go over and check it out. I know there's some Karen Reed supporters in here. And by the way, fantastic job on Sunday at the peaceful protest, protesting for to free Karen Reed, justice for John O'Keefe, and also to free Turtleboy as well too. Good job. It was amazing. I watched some of it. It's great. If you haven't gone back and watched the stream that I did with Tom CPU, you got to check that out as well. That was a fantastic live. I'm going to have Tom back over here pretty soon as well too. I really want to start getting involved in that community, supporting them a lot more. I will be at Karen's trial in March. I can't live stream from the court because it's shit, but I'll end up probably recording video and coming back and doing commentary over it. But I will be there, and if I can support and get out to Turtleboy's court hearing, his next court hearing, I'm going to attempt to do that as well too. I wish I could have been there on Sunday. It's a very busy season for me right now. I seriously would have been there if I didn't have to work, but I did have to work on Sunday, which sucks, and I was really aggravated about that. 110 likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But I will get out there for one of the protests and the rallies soon. I promise. And I'll tell you, that community, the people in that community are so welcoming and so nice. I met some really great people the first time I went out to support Turtleboy in person, and that's how I met Tom. I met Rita, and just some really fantastic people. Really great people. Let's see. 99 in, 111 likes. Thank you. The women of Canton are strong. Yes, and I saw in the Justice for John O'Keefe Turtleboy chat today. I believe one of the Canton 9, what I was reading, has all charges dropped. So this needs to happen with the rest of the 8. We're done with this shit. It should have never happened. And that is, in my opinion, is suppressing free speech. And that's what, what has become the norm around, the world now. Suppress people that talk and speak up about their feelings or their thoughts. Needs to stop. Yes, Timmy, the young boy. Great. I think that's a 5/5 on the memberships, all regulars. Cindy in the chat. Lucky Phil here. Good to see you. So we'll wait a couple more minutes here. I think I'm going on about, what, almost an hour. Hour and 15 minutes. Nightbot in the chat. Thank you. Carrie H here. Of course. Carrie's always here. Susan's here. Anything else you want to ask me while you have me, please throw it out there. I'll answer some questions, maybe some thoughts on things. We'll take another 5 or 10 minutes and do that. And then I'm gonna lock this one up because I got to charge my phone. I don't want to kill my battery here. I got about 38%, and I still got a little while before I go to bed. It's so boring when your power's out. That's when you sit here and you're like, holy shit, like, imagine not having power back in the day when you had to do this by candlelight. And I get it. A lot of people read books. Let's see. Where is the TPG next court date? Next court date is January 30th. So he's got a little bit of time. I just did a stream about that. You can go back and watch Anthony Farah updated court date. And I have new legal documents. I'm going to tell you something that's really, really cool. I am getting, and I'm so happy about this, but I wish it was black. But I am getting TPG hats. I'm getting a blue one and a gray one. I wish I was getting the black one that you always saw them in. But someone reached out to me and said, hey, I have some TPG hats. They actually have a sweatshirt too, but the sweatshirt won't fit me. It would be pretty tight on me. But they're gonna send me out 2 hats, and I'm gonna archive them and I'm gonna put them away for some memories. And I'm actually gonna write Anthony a letter. I'm gonna pen a letter to him and see if I can get him to answer some questions for me and just kind of get a feeling on everything of how he's feeling. I'm not gonna approach it, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna approach him like, in a douchebag way. I'm honestly gonna reach out to him, put some thought into the letter, and send it to him and see if he actually answers me. And that'd be great. Maybe we get some personal answers from Anthony. Yeah, I'm super happy about the hats. I think that's gonna be awesome. I got to start doing some merch here pretty soon. I got to start putting some merch together. I remember loving blackouts as a kid, lighting candles and making forts. Yes, using flashlights. Absolutely. Anthony's shit is too short for you. Yeah, he is short. But I'm gonna write him. I'm gonna reach out and I'm gonna write him. You're not small. You're not small in debt. You're sitting behind you're not 5 million in debt. You're sitting behind a YouTube channel. I got merch ideas, B. Okay, let's hear them, Carrie. We'll talk about that. I tried merch before. It didn't work. I tried doing just simple coffee cups. Didn't work. I tried doing t-shirts. Didn't work. So we'll think of something. We'll come up with something. Even if I have to reach out to maybe a t-shirt artist and come up with some things, we'll figure it out. I just passed 12,500 subscribers the other day. Thank you all so much for your support. All new people that have come into the chat and subscribed and coming into the live chats, which is nice to see. You like the live stuff. Yes, you do. I wear Turtleboy stuff. Awesome. I'm going to start working on some designs. LTL turntable mats. Okay, that might be something that we work on. I got to think of something that's universal for everybody. And I got to think women, because I have a lot of women that watch this channel. Surprisingly enough, I have a lot more women that watch this channel than males. But I'm going to do something for both of you. Okay, maybe we do a little, maybe a fanny pack or a side bag for the women. And we do some t-shirts or hats or coffee mugs for the men. maybe some, I don't know, golf balls, something. Cindy B, thank you so much for the 3 coffees. I appreciate it. She says, keep up the good work. I saw that come through, Cindy. Thanks for the dono. Thanks for the, so Mary says handkerchief. I thought about, listen, the joke is always boxer shorts. Maybe I'll do some LTL boxer sleepwear for the ladies. I don't know. We'll think of something. Got to do a little gaggy gift in that too. Maybe we'll do some boxer shorts and I'll sign them or something. I don't know. We got to think of something. Maybe the ladies will like that. I don't know. We'll come up with something. You should. Carrie likes the boxer short idea. Dude, LTL lingerie and sex toys. That's funny. No, I'm not going to need, I can't do that. We got to keep it at least some family friendly. But I think the boxer shorts is funny. And Tsunami always gets on me about that. He always like, you gotta do boxer shorts. Maybe we'll do that as the gag gift. I don't know. I thought maybe like, I gotta do something for the ladies too. Maybe some LTL lipstick or I don't know, lip balm or something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Tsunami will like that. He was always talking about the boxer shorts. PJs. Yeah, maybe we'll do Speedos. Especially edible ones. Oh, Mary, you're funny. That's too much. Great. 114 likes. I love it. Maybe we need to do some more candlelight streams. I think everybody's liking this. Tomorrow night definitely will be candlelight. When I come back, if I don't have power, I will make it happen. I will be live tomorrow night. I promise you that. As far as Wednesday and Thursday, listen, I can't do those streams by candlelight. So hopefully I have power up by Wednesday, Thursday. I got to have presentations that I bring up, and I want to make it very professional for my guests. Not, I want to make them feel like they're getting the full LTL experience, and it doesn't diminish their brand. I would never pull a highly calibrated guest on something, like this. Listen, we're hanging out, we're just having fun, but I want to present that in a way to be respectful to the guest and not do that essentially by candlelight. My lights just went out here, and I'm going to pop those back on really quick. And then I'm probably going to head out here pretty soon. There we go. I think it's got a timer on it. Let's see. Why 3 days until power restoration? There's been a shit ton of power lines that I don't even think I'm going to have work tomorrow, I'll be honest with you, because the area that I work in has a ton of power lines down. We saw winds between 60 and 90 miles an hour like all day today. So Rogue says, everyone grab blankets and flashlight, fort party at Brian's. That would be badass. I would love that. All right, we'll go a couple more minutes. I'll take it 2 more minutes. We'll go up to 80 minutes tonight, and then I'm going to head out. Does anybody have any other questions? Are you going to keep it like this using the phone? I will until my power comes back on, and then we go back to the main stage. We go back to HQ that I'm looking at in front of me here. Let me see if I can turn my phone around. Nope. Are you sure you want to start streaming? No. I don't think it's going to let me. Oh, right here. HQ. There's my screens, my camera, HQ, all right there. I miss it. I feel like Blair Witch Project, right? Oh, my God. Remember Blair Witch Project? God, it's a terrible movie. It made a shit ton of money, though. One of the worst movies I ever saw. I'm so cold. Terrible movie. And JJ, thank you if you're watching. This little flashlight has saved me. A lot of headaches. All right, about another minute. We're going to shut this one down. I appreciate the support tonight. Really, I hope you got some value out of the stream. Again, Brent Kopaka. I have 4 new body cam footage. I'm going to be putting that out soon once I get my power back on and I get to look through it, watermark it. I will get it up for you. I have a ton of new legal documents that came through in that. And, we'll wait for Wednesday, Thursday. Hopefully we can make it happen. I want to make sure that I present those streams professionally to those guests because they deserve that, to be in a professional environment when they get interviewed or just hang out. What else? Tom CPU, I'm going to have him, hopefully have him back on soon. We're going to talk some Idaho. December 28th, I will be live. And hopefully someone is out there streaming the supposed Idaho demolition of King Road House. I will be streaming that day in protest of the house being torn down. What is your number one horror movie, Brian? My number one horror movie. Oh, man. I can tell you what my favorite movie is, and you probably would be shocked. My favorite horror movie. I would have to probably say my favorite horror movie of all time is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. 1984 is my favorite movie. My horror movie. There's just something about that movie that really turned the horror genre. It really started to ignite things for the horror genre. So that, to me, is probably my favorite. My favorite movie, I would say, there's so many classics, but there's one that I really, really love. And the ending is just perfect. And it has Daniel Day-Lewis in it. And it's called There Will Be Blood. And that probably is my favorite movie of all time. And it's about the oil boom. And Daniel Day-Lewis plays this extremely ruthless oil tycoon and will not let anything stop him. And that determination to push forward. He was a very brutal person in that movie. He was not a good guy. He wasn't honest. But I loved his determination to push through, to not let anything stop him and get in his way. And I like movies like that. Even though he was a shitty guy, the things that he did. He lied, he cheated, he killed. But just that sheer determination to get to the other side and continue. It's a great movie. It is so good. And it's scored by the guitarist that is in the band Radiohead, Johnny, and I can't think of his last name, but he does the score for that movie, and it's brilliant. It's a great score. Again, I love Star Wars, and I love Shawshank Redemption, but there's something about There Will Be Blood that every time it comes on, I just lock into it and just watch it. And just the feel for that movie, the turn of the century, 1901, it starts, I think, 1889, and then you get the turn of the century, and it goes to like 1901. It's just, it's a really, really great movie. Radiohead's a great band. Absolutely killer band. All right. I've gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. Not that I don't want this to end, but I just don't want a super long stream. I want people to come back and watch this on replay. 73, I think we peaked out maybe over 125 tonight. Thank you so much. I love all the supporters, the mods, all the brand new subscribers that have come into the live streams and supporting my channel. I'm so glad that you're here, showing up, getting a feel for what LTL is about. I promise you, this channel is going to continue to evolve. I will continue to get these case files. I'm still inquiring about Chelsea Grimm. That case will always personally be with me until we have answers. There's just nothing right now. I promise you I have some updates soon. I'm going to be penning a letter to Anthony Farah in jail. Hopefully I get a response. And we have so many other things here that I want to do for 2024. I promise you it's going to be a great experience over here. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. This was a super, super fun stream by candlelight. It was just raw and real, and the reactions in the room were amazing. I saw everybody's chat. Thank you to the Glarer for being here, all my moderators, my subscriber. Glarer, hopefully Thursday night we'll be getting together on the stream and hanging out. I can't wait for that. And then hopefully, like I said, on Wednesday night, barring the power situation here in my town, I'll be able to get Turtleboy on here. If not, we'll get him back in some time. Carrie says she's going to call Phoenix tomorrow. That's for Chelsea Grimm. We're getting annoyed. We're getting annoyed. And I do know that Steve, SF Investigates, will be back out in the Kaibib National Park in just about a week and a half. And I'm sure that I will catch up with him when he's out there, maybe get him on a live stream after he's gone out and done his search and recovery mission out there. And we can hear a little bit about what they've been doing. They've been doing this intense drone mapping out there. I've shown some of the footage that they've done already. Maybe we can get a little bit more of an insight as to what they are finding or what they're doing out there. So Chelsea, if you are watching LTL True Crime, the fans here, we love you and we want you to come home. We will continue to look for you. We will continue to search for you, and you deserve to come home. And that case chokes me up. It does. And I will keep searching, Chelsea. If you need help, you reach out to me. 774-855-9400. That's my business line. I will find you help. I promise I will find you help. Okay. I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you all for being here. This was such a fun stream. And I will be back tomorrow night by candlelight if I have to. And we'll talk a little bit more and just get into some more things here. And hopefully my power comes back tomorrow. Oh, I got Massacre in the stream. What's up, man? How are you? Thanks for being over here and checking things out. If you haven't gone over, go over and check out his music. It's really good. And I don't know. You know, the Chelsea stuff, when I start to think about it, really, really bothers me. It really, really bothers me. But we will keep digging into that, I promise. And we need that Phoenix file. We need that Phoenix file and see what was in that parallel investigation. But I still truly believe that this is just a missing persons case at this time. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. I will be back tomorrow live, 8:15 p.m. If I have to do it by candlelight again, we will. I promise you, I'll source up some things, and we'll have another conversation like this. Super, super fun stream. I love all of you. Carrie, I'm sure we'll be talking right after the stream like we always do. Thank you for your support. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow night. There's no outro. I'm just going to turn this one off. Peace, everybody. Be well. Be kind. Look out for one another. You know, listen, give someone a smile. Hold the door for someone. It's the holiday season. People don't do that enough. Stop and have an actual conversation with people. We talk way too much through our phones and texting, and I get that. It's kind of ironic we're talking about this here. But I'm telling you, stop and talk to a few people around you. You will be surprised what you actually have in common around people. Doesn't matter who they are, what they are, black, white, Asian, whatever. Have a conversation with someone. We have a lot more in common than we really think that we do. I'm telling you, you know, thy neighbor. They always say thy neighbor. The person next to you. Have a conversation. You will learn something from them. Trust me. You will learn something from them. And take away 3 things about that person that you learned, or maybe a particular situation about their life. You know, take away 3 things with you and then think about them and then talk to someone else. You know, we don't have deeper level conversations like this anymore in person, and we need to start doing that. We need to start doing that more. So spread some love this holiday season. Let's all be kind to everybody, and I'll see you all back tomorrow night. Everybody be well.